He's Chase Sr. I'm Harrison Graham. The New Orleans Saints continue to wait to see what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson, and they'd like to know sooner or later, Chase. And so would we, because this impacts a lot of teams in the NFL. We'll get you caught up on the latest and what it's looking like for New Orleans. Here's coming in from Dov here. Texans reporter John McClain said it would be shocking if Watson doesn't pick the Falcons over the Saints. So Saints might be second in the pecking order now, Chase.
How about Atlanta swooping in, no pun intended, at the last minute and having that relationship between Deshaun Watson and Arthur Blank possibly being really the deciding factor in Deshaun Watson going to Atlanta to beat out the rival New Orleans Saints? This quarterback drama, this quarterback movement this offseason, and all of the Deshaun Watson buzz has been crazy. It looked as though the Panthers were the leaders in the clubhouse. The Browns entered the fold. The New Orleans Saints at one point seemed to be the favorites. And now it's the Atlanta Falcons. If I'm Deshaun Watson, Harrison, I'm not going to Atlanta, even if I have that relationship with Arthur Blank. I'm going to New Orleans, where that roster is loaded and littered with some great offensive talent. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Marquez Callaway, Mark Ingram, a good offensive line. We'll see what happens with Armstead. That defense is spectacular, even with the loss of Marcus Williams. Maybe it's Dennis Allen being a defensive-minded head coach as the big reason why Deshaun isn't going to New Orleans, but I think that's the best fit for him. We'll see what happens.
Here's more from Aaron Wilson. Deshaun Watson currently expected to take the next few days, this is from last night, and contemplate his decision over the weekend per league sources. I wish he'd decide today over which team he'll waive his no-trade clause for. Falcons have pushed back Matt Ryan's $7.5 million roster bonus from Friday to Tuesday. So from an Atlanta side of things, Chase, they're buying themselves time. And look, it clearly seems that Matt Ryan is okay with this. And if they don't get him, then he'll remain in Atlanta. That's very mature of him. He does not have to go that route, as Schefter added that note as well. What it also allows him to do is if he wants to pursue a trade, it buys him a few more days to do that before that bonus kicks in. So we'll see what happens on Atlanta's side of things as well. Now, the Saints, I think, Chase, early on were considered the favorites. They were, rumored to be making a, quote, full-court press. They met with him twice. They've been pursuing him for a long time, according to reports. And now it seems to have maybe shifted into Atlanta's favor. We do know it's down to these two NFC South teams.
And this is going to add to the rivalry between the Atlanta Falcons and the Saints, right? I mean, interdivision squads now battling it out for one of the best and most gifted quarterbacks in the National Football League. And as it pertains to Deshaun Watson, this domino has to fall for New Orleans, because if they don't land Deshaun Watson, what is their plan B? What is their next step? They've been pretty quiet in NFL free agency up to this point. They lost Marcus Williams. They've made some signings on the peripheries of the roster and some minor moves, but they have to figure out what happens with Deshaun Watson to really set the foundation for what else they're going to do in free agency. Now, I don't think they have to be incredibly busy because, as I talked about earlier, a lot of really intriguing pieces on this team, but the dominoes will certainly start to fall for New Orleans after the Deshaun Watson trade goes down. So if you're a Saints fan watching, first of all, subscribe by using that link down below. But if you're frustrated with the silency for New Orleans up to this point, just know it's going to start to get active, not just for New Orleans, not just for the Atlanta Falcons, but all 32 teams in the National Football League following the Deshaun Watson trade going down.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So, assuming these are the two teams, where will he go? I think it's going to be Atlanta. I know
Atlanta,
Saints fans don't want to hear that, but I think he's enamored with the idea of playing for the franchise where he was a ball boy as a kid. I mean, that's a personal connection to that franchise. Type ATL for the Falcons, type NO for the New Orleans Saints. We'll find out sometime in the next 24, 48, 72 hours, and we'll have you guys covered regardless of what that ends up being. Now, there is more to consider here. Sounds like Watson would like to adjust his contract, and quite frankly, with both these teams, Chase, and where they are, they've certainly been making moves to clear cap. He probably would have to just get a signing bonus and push back some of that money on the cap hit down the road, because with Atlanta's dead cap money they're going to have for Matt Ryan, like, they're just going to have to clear out some money, and just restructuring Deshaun would make sense. The Saints have obviously been manipulating the cap for years, so they can figure that out. So that would also come into play in here as well. And we know the Saints are cap gurus.
Yeah, Saints are just cap gurus. I mean, they have proven that the NFL salary cap ain't a thing, and they've proven that you can manipulate it and pull off salary cap gymnastics in order to build out a roster with some really good pieces and be financially smart in doing so. As far as Deshaun Watson's contract right now, $35 million in base salary for 2022 with the cap hit of $40 million. In 2023, the base salary lowers, but the cap hit goes up to $42 million. There is a potential out, 2024, which if this doesn't work out, you can get out of the contract for Watson's sake or the team that signs him. If there is no opt-out, 2024, $32 million, same number in 2025. He becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2026 at the ripe age of 31, Harrison.
Yeah.
He could cash in yet again after just cashing in just previously on that 4-year, $156 million deal.
Yeah, and that's why when you look at a lot of the contracts in the league, going 3-4 years is the way to go. Like, that's why everybody who always tells me this Mahomes contract is ridiculous, it's too much. It's a bargain for the Chiefs because they've got him under contract for 10, 12 years, whereas if he went 3-4 years at a time, he'd probably make 1.5x with how much the cap is going up each and every year. So you have to factor in the money with Deshaun Watson in as well. But I do think whatever decision he makes, I think he views this as, this is where I want to finish my career. I want to play here for 10 to 12 years. Win a couple Super Bowls for either New Orleans or Atlanta. Now we're just waiting to see which team that is. For you Saints fans, if you want Deshaun Watson to come to New Orleans, subscribe to the channel. Producer Trace, our resident Saints fan here at Chat Sports, he's been working hard to help us get some content out to you guys on our Saints channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more New Orleans Saints news and rumors. He'll have you covered. The rest of the staff will get you up to date as well. Final thoughts here, Chase, as we're day 4, day 5 with Deshaun Watson watch. Once, the criminal stuff got cleared last week, where are we at here? I'm leaning Atlanta. I don't think it's done, because if it was done, we would know by now. 70-30? 60-40? Is it 50-50 still? What are you thinking between New Orleans and Atlanta?
Yeah, I think the lean here is Atlanta. I really do. I think he's going to go to the Atlanta Falcons, and the Saints are going to have to go up against him twice a year. I think that's how it shakes out. I think the late movement for Atlanta really is telling.
We'll see what happens, but Trace wants you guys to type Who Dat Nation if you made it to this point in the video. Do it in the comments, and hey, if you do it enough, maybe Deshaun Watson will choose the New Orleans Saints.